IRS Form 5564 does not arrive in a vacuum. It is an enclosure with a CP3219A notice, also known as a Statutory Notice of Deficiency, SNOD, or a 90-day letter. The IRS issues a CP3219A notice when it determines that there is a deficiency in a taxpayer's income tax, estate tax, gift tax, or certain excise taxes. A deficiency is the amount by which the tax imposed by the IRS exceeds the amount of tax shown on the taxpayer's return. The CP3219A notice is a critical legal document. It serves as the taxpayer's official notification of the IRS intent to assess additional tax. More importantly, it is the taxpayer's ticket to the U.S. tax court. Upon receiving a CP3219A notice, the taxpayer has 90 days, or 150 days if the notice is addressed to a person outside the United States, from the date the notice is mailed to file a petition with the U.S. tax court for a redetermination of the deficiency. What is IRS Form 5564, Notice of Deficiency Waiver? Enclosed with the CP3219A, notice is Form 5564, the Notice of Deficiency Waiver. This form presents the taxpayer with a choice: agree with the IRS proposed deficiency and waive the right to go to U.S. tax court, or dispute the deficiency and preserve the right to petition the U.S. tax court. By signing Form 5564, the taxpayer is essentially saying, I agree with the deficiency and I waive my right to challenge it in tax court. This allows the IRS to assess the additional tax immediately and begin the collection process. The legal framework, IRC, AWGIR 6212 and 6233. The authority for the Notice of Deficiency and the waiver process is rooted in the Internal Revenue Code. IRC CR 6212, Notice of Deficiency, authorizes the Secretary of the Treasury to send a notice of deficiency to a taxpayer by certified or registered mail. This section also provides the legal basis for rescinding a notice of deficiency with the taxpayer's consent, which is the statutory foundation for Form 5564. IRC 6213, Restrictions applicable to deficiencies. Petition to U.S. Tax Court is the cornerstone of taxpayer rights in the deficiency process. This section prohibits the IRS from assessing a deficiency until a notice of deficiency has been mailed to the taxpayer and the 90-day or 150-day period for filing a petition with the U.S. tax court has expired. However, IRC 6213D provides a crucial exception. The taxpayer has the right to waive these restrictions by a signed notice in writing filed with the Secretary. This signed notice is, in practice, Form 5564. The role of Treasury Regulations. Treasury Regulations provide further guidance on the implementation of the Internal Revenue Code. Treasury Regulation IRS 301.62131D, Waiver of Restrictions, reiterates the taxpayer's right to waive the restrictions on assessment and collection by filing a signed notice in writing. It also clarifies a critical point. Once the waiver has been acted upon by the IRS and the assessment has been made, the waiver cannot be withdrawn. This underscores the finality of the decision to sign Form 5564. The critical decision: to sign or not to sign. The decision of whether to sign Form 5564 is a critical one with significant consequences. Before signing, a taxpayer should be absolutely certain that they agree with the IRS proposed changes. If there is any doubt, it is crucial to seek professional advice from a qualified tax professional. Consequences of signing Form 5564. Waiver of U.S. tax court rights. The most significant consequence of signing Form 55564 is the waiver of the right to petition the U.S. tax court. The U.S. tax court is the only judicial forum where a taxpayer can challenge a tax liability before paying it. Immediate assessment and collection. Once the waiver is processed, the IRS can immediately assess the deficiency and begin collection actions, such as levying bank accounts or garnishing wages. Interest and penalties. Interest will continue to accrue on the deficiency until it is paid in full. Penalties may also apply. Alternatives to signing Form 5564. File a petition with the U.S. Tax Court. If the taxpayer disagrees with the proposed deficiency, they can file a petition with the U.S. Tax Court within the 90-day or 150-day period. This will allow them to have their case heard by a judge before the tax is assessed. Negotiate with the IRS. The taxpayer can attempt to negotiate with the IRS to resolve the dispute. This may involve providing additional documentation or legal arguments to support their position. Pay the tax and file a claim for refund. The taxpayer can pay the disputed tax and then file a claim for a refund. If the claim is denied, the taxpayer can then sue for a refund in a U.S. District Court or the U.S. Court of Federal Claims. Conclusion: IRS Form 5564, the Notice of Deficiency Waiver, is a powerful legal document that should not be taken lightly. It represents a critical juncture in a tax dispute where the taxpayer must choose between agreeing with the IRS and waiving their rights or challenging the IRS determination. Understanding the legal framework behind Form 5564, as outlined in the Internal Revenue Code and Treasury Regulations, is essential for making an informed decision. If you have received a CP 3219A notice with Form 5564, consider your options carefully. Take the next step. If you're facing a tax issue, don't go it alone. Like and subscribe to our channel for more valuable insights and guidance on navigating the complexities of the tax world. For a deeper dive into this topic, scan the QR code to watch our free video, The Ultimate Guide to Solving Your IRS Tax Problems. Or you can visit our website, www.hrichtax.com, to view the free video. Thanks for watching.